Hi, my name is Mira. Welcome back to our virtual tour of Drax Power Station. This is session 4, called Pulverizing Mills. Today we're going to explore the first stage of the generation process, and at the end of the session I will ask you some questions. So if you want, grab a pen and some paper. Let's begin. You have already learned in our previous sessions about where we source or get the biomass from, how we transport it to the power station, and where we keep it until we need to use it. Now we're going to look at what happens to the biomass inside the power station. The first process that the fuel goes through is called the pulverizing process. We need to grind the biomass into very fine powder fuel because this makes it more efficient and easy to use. The powder fuel becomes as fine as baking flour, and I'm sure you've all done some baking before. We grind the fuel in our pulverizing mills. We have 60 pulverizing mills in Drax, 10 for each generating unit. If we want to make as much electricity as possible from one unit, we need to use 9 mills at the same time. This means we have one spare mill for each generating unit. But before we continue, I think we first need to explain what is a generating unit, because you will hear this word quite often in the next parts of our tour. So, a generating unit is a set of machines turning the energy of the fuel into electricity. Each unit has 10 mills, a boiler, a turbine set, and a generator. We have 6 such units in Drax. One of our generating units can make enough electricity to power 1 million homes, or in other words, it can power a city the size of Leeds. Now, let's have a closer look at the pulverizing mills. They are big machines weighing around 400 tons each. Each mill has 3 pipes on the top. The fuel comes into the mill through one of these pipes. The biomass then drops down and spreads on the 10 heavy steel grinding bowls. Each mill bowl weighs around 1 ton, which is as heavy as a small car. At the back of the mill there is a motor that spins a big steel plate. On top of the plate there is a cupped ring, which looks a bit like a very big metal half a donut, and the 10 grinding bowls sit inside of it. On top of the grinding bowls there is another cupped ring, and then another plate on the very top holding everything together. So, how does it all work? The grinding bowls spin around slowly at about 3 miles per hour, and they crush the fuel into fine powder. To get the fuel out, we blow hot air into the mill using a fan. The powdered fuel is picked up by the hot air and travels to the boiler. Because the pulverizing mills are such big machines and they each have 10 heavy steel balls rumbling inside, the mills shake or vibrate when they work. It's almost like a small earthquake. The engineers who planned the building of the power station knew that was going to happen, so they decided to put each one of the mills on a separate floor, just like a little island with a mill on top of it, isolated from the main floor by rubber dividers. This protects the main floor and walls of the building from shaking and getting damaged. If you ever visit Drax and stand near the mills, you will be able to feel the shaking or the vibrations. It It feels like you are standing on a washing machine when it spins fast. Now, let's see what we can remember about the pulverizing mills at Drax power station. I have some questions for you. Question 1. How much does each grinding bowl weigh? Is it a ton, 500 kilograms, or 10 tons? That's right, it's 1 ton. Question 2. How many grinding bowls are there in one mill? 9, 10, or 60? Great job! It's 10. Question 3. How fast does the motor spin the grinding bowls? Is it 10 kilometers per hour, 5 miles per hour, or 3 miles per hour? Excellent! It's 3 miles per hour. Question 4. Where does the fuel go after the pulverizing mills? Is it the turbine, the dome, or the boiler? Excellent! It goes in the boiler. And the final question 5. What takes the pulverized fuel out from the mill? Is it hot air, water, or a lorry? Good job. It is hot air. Thank you for listening, and I hope to see you soon at Drax Power Station. Bye-bye.